pre-need funerals, burials, or cremation since the mid-70s, 1975. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Celebration of Life will be held for Ella Sue Nivens Patterson. That'll be Wednesday, June the 30th at noon, and over in Chilton County at the Trinity Episcopal Church in downtown Clanton. Sue was born and raised here in Sylacauga, graduated Sylacauga High School in 1957. And, you know, the legacy of her family is they started Little Tom's Fish Camp, you know, down there in I guess that's in Coosa County, or is it Chilton County? One of the two. But a lot of people inquiring about that celebration of life. It'll be held for Ella Sue Nivens Patterson at Trinity Episcopal Church in downtown Clanton. That's at 503 2nd Avenue South. It'll be on Wednesday, June the 30th at noon, and with Pastors Mark Lucas and Bill King officiating. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing the service. Mr. Richard Anthony Mitchell, age 62 of Sylacauga, died June the 20th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. The funeral arrangements will be announced today by Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel. In other obituary news this morning, funeral service for Faye Ferguson of Goodwater. Visitation will be Wednesday from 10 until 11 at Curtis and Son North, with the graveside service at 11 in the Evergreen Cemetery. And Ms. Ferguson died at Goodwater Healthcare Center on June the 20th. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. In other obituary news this morning, funeral service for Mr. John W. Green, age 80 of Alexander City, will be Wednesday at 2 p.m. from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. The family receiving friends today, 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. at the funeral home. Mr. Green died June 21st at Russell Medical Center. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home in Alexander City, in charge of the arrangements. And Kathleen Nolan Vaught, better known as Kathy, age 72 of Sylacauga, died June the 12th. In lieu of flowers, memorial donation can be made to the B.B. Comer Library or the Sylacauga Arts Foundation. A visitation will be held Saturday, June 26, 10 a.m. at St. Jude Catholic Church in Sylacauga. And Father Joseph will conduct a funeral mass at 11 a.m. Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga in charge of the arrangements. That's a look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg for pre-need funerals, burials, or cremation since 1975. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.